the lead in South Pacific on Broadway.
Wow.
And I don't know if you know the history of that musical, but when it came out after World War II, there's a song in there that's called You've Got to Be Taught. And the song actually is talking about the two loves that are occurring in the show, an older man who had to leave France and a young American nurse over there in World War II, and then a young Marine falls in love with an Indonesian or Polynesian girl. So, you know, all those kind of racial and ethnic things and age, you know, discriminations or how families feel about it. Well, that's what the song's kind of based, because that was pretty heavy in World War II time.
Right.
And, but the song talks about how everyone is taught when they're 5 or 6 years old about their hatreds and fears and you know, discriminations and things, you know, from family and friends. And it's a powerful song, and Rodgers and Hammerstein were told over and over again to take the song out back then in the late 40s. And they said, no, that's what the whole show is about, is you know, tolerance and getting over these things. So, and the interesting thing is that the show that's down on Broadway right now at the Beaumont Theater in Lincoln Center actually returned to some of the original dialogue, which is really, really poignant. They kind of watered it down, I think, in the 50s and 60s a little bit for the movie, but it's incredible. And so if you get a chance, maybe you can pull out, you know, some old recording of it or the movie and check out that song. It's called You've Got to Be Taught. And it just, it tells it like it is, that, you know, when we're 4 or 5 or 6, we can't do anything about what we're being taught around us.
Right.
And,
That's
but
right.
that kind of sets our thinking often as to who we hate. And what we hate, and it's kind of, you know, unfortunate, and like myself, it's taken decades to just keep evolving, and, you know, approach my fears and do something about them. And, you know, when I see somebody who's tall, I notice they're tall. If I see somebody who's black, I notice they're black. But
of course,
I want to try to get rid of the things I've learned way back when that are wrong to have learned, I guess.
And we met a wonderful woman that we're going to have on the show in the future, who started an organization called Think Twice, along those same lines, to fight discrimination in general. And that's what she's saying is, of course, you're going to have a natural reaction. Your brain's going to categorize people when you first see them. But before you actually judge them and condemn them, think twice. Why don't you like that person?
Sure.
You know, what makes them so different? Are they really threatening your kids?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, you know, continue, you know, again, I haven't seen the show, so I, you know, don't exactly know, you know, all the topics you talk about and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, keep up the good work of just kind of sharing and talking and you know, bringing groups together and like you said, getting to know each other and knowing that we're all people. So.
And if you are interested, all of our shows have been posted up on iTunes and YouTube if you want to catch up.
Oh, neat. Yeah, I'll try that. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling.
What a wonderful caller.
Yes.
And wow.
See, changing nights and times can have positive benefits.
Wow. What a nice
That
man.
was wonderful.
And you know, I really like his terminology, evolving.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we need to do. We need to evolve into better, more understanding, more tolerant people. And that really is wonderful. What a great guy.
I think we do all have to sort of remember that just because puberty might end at 18 to 22 doesn't mean we don't stop changing, we don't stop growing, we don't stop reevaluating our beliefs.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing process.
That was great. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for calling. That was wonderful. And we have another caller. Good evening, nlcTrans. You're on the air.
Hey guys, it's Cassie.
Hi, Cassie.
Hi, Cassie.
How you doing?
How are y'all doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. I just wanted to call and say I'm leaving back for Florida
Yeah.
When are you leaving?
on the 3rd of February.
3rd of February. Wow.
Well, you have to stay in touch with us.
Oh, I will. I just had some sickness going on in my family, and they need
sorry.
me there. So.
Okay.
Well, family's very important. You don't want to miss out there.
Yeah. Wow. Well, good luck with that.
Thank you. So. Anyway, so how have y'all been?
Oh, we've been pretty good.
Good. Busy.
Good. Very busy.
Yeah.
Very busy.
But the life is good, you know.
Yeah.
At least I think it is. I'm
Life's
having-
crazy.
It's crazy, but
Yeah.
you know what?
Yeah.
Crazy can be okay. So I think anyway. I speak for myself, I suppose. But, you know, it's crazy enough people leave you alone.
Right.
But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, you have to stay in touch.
Yes, and have a good and safe trip back.
Yes.
Oh, thank y'all.
You're gonna miss the snow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really going to miss the snow. I'm freezing going outside in town every day doing,
Well,
know.
you can take the snow down there with you if you want.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
All
I'll
right,
be
Cassie.
thinking about y'all. But it was a blessing meeting everyone. And,
Thanks, Cassie.
Thank
You
you.
too.
So nice
I'm
to
so
meet you,
glad
too.
we got a chance to meet you.
all right, well, I'll stay in touch.
Okay.
Yes. Take care.
Okay.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Line 2. Another call. Wow. Good evening, NLC Trans. You're on the air.
Yes, hi, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
All right. Hey, this is the second time I've seen your show. I'm just looking through the channels, and I watched your previous one. Oh, I think it was 3-4 days ago. I'm sure. And I was pretty interested in just in general. First, I'd like to applaud you guys for your boldness. And you're just
Thank
you
you.
just are so very casual and collected and just it. Yeah, I'm just interested in general, and I had a question that I was hoping you ladies could
Shoot.
clear up for me if
Sure.
it's all possible.
We'll try.
I'm just curious about just curious about the gender matter. I understand. I understand sexuality in general.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't understand the fascination entirely with how they're a lesbian organization or how lesbians conduct themselves. As far as I think if somebody is like if they're professed homosexual, and they're attracted to guys, that they'd be attracted to guys because they look like guys.
Exactly.
But yeah, that seems to be like standing. And then it's the same true for lesbians. I don't understand why there a lot of. I can understand you who feels like they're more inclined to be a woman or they're more feminine. I can understand that, and so hey, that's fine. But now if you're a lesbian, you're attracted to other women in that order. I mean, then you would be attracted to them because of what they look like, or how they act, because they act. But I don't understand. What I'm getting down to is why do lesbians dress up like men so very often, and what is the attraction for another woman to that person, and then what is the point in general is what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry if this all seems like I'm.
No, it's
wondering if-
perfectly fine.
I'm wondering if part of what we're seeing, and I don't know because I'm not a lesbian, but I'm wondering if sometimes women who are homosexual sort of don't wear makeup and that sort of thing because they want to avoid attracting men because they're really not into them.
Yeah.
Oh, well, see, now that's something I never really gave any thought to. But it just seems like a paradox of a thing where, I think if you're gay, you're attracted to your own sex because of who they look like or what they look like and how they act.
Right, but part of the question, that you have to sort of have to define is obviously how men and women think and act are different. So there's a lot of behavior, there's a lot of emotional reaction that comes into play. How men and women react differently to each other. So if a woman's attracted to a woman, I'm sure appearance comes into play, but there's a lot of more subtleness to it. There's behavior, there's the way you think, the way you feel, the way you react with people, and the notion that women's clothes versus men's clothes, that's really a cultural issue that changes over the ages. Granted, it was only during World War II when women started to be allowed by society to wear pants in the first place. And if you go back 100 years before that, you had the European aristocracy, men wearing powdered wigs and makeup and shoes with heels on them and other things that today men are certainly not interested in.